Huh? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre Boy and I'm going to be doing my review for the new movie Scream 6. So in this movie, following the latest Ghostface killings, our four survivors, Sam and Tara Carpenter and Mindy and Chad Meeks Martin, are now in New York City going to college when a new Ghostface appears and starts terrorizing them and their friends. This movie is pretty good. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I'm going to keep it spoiler free. I'm not going to talk about who the killers are or any of that in this video because I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen it, because this movie literally just came out tonight and everything. I got the first showing that I could to watch it and everything, because I was really excited to see this one and everything, and I gotta say it's a pretty good movie. There are things about it that I didn't like. I'll get into that more, but I'll start off with the good. First, the biggest positive that I have for this movie is they brought back Hayden Panettiere to play Kirby, and she is still just perfect as that character. I think she's even better in this one than she was in Scream 4, although I did wish that she would have made more movie references, but we do get to still see like the old side of Kirby in here a little bit, not as much. She is a lot different than she was in that because she's an adult now and she's a police officer and stuff. So getting her back though, I thought was really great and everything. And also, before I get too far in here, I'll just go ahead and address the Sidney situation, because this is the first time Sidney Prescott wasn't in a Scream movie, and I gotta say that even though she wasn't in it, I didn't really feel like she had to be in it. Like, they explained why she wasn't in it and everything in the movie, and it made perfect sense, so her absence didn't really bother me and everything. I hope that maybe they'll get her back for Scream 7, but if they don't, I'm perfectly fine following these new characters, which is also a big part of my positives. Sam Carpenter is... I really liked her a lot in the first one. Melissa Pereira is just so great as that character. She is really good at being likable and sympathetic while also being a little bit crazy and stuff. And I love that about her, that she kind of has a little bit of a crazy side to her because she's the daughter of a serial killer. But at the end of the day, she's a good character, kind of like Luke Skywalker being the son of Darth Vader. He still was a good guy and everything. So I thought that was kind of cool that they do that with her. And in this part of the franchise, they bring in one of the killer's daughters to be the main character of the franchise, and I like it. I think all four of our main characters that are brought back from Scream 5 are just as good in this one, if not better. I thought Chad was even better in this one. And everything. Mindy, I already liked a lot from the first one, and Chad I liked quite a bit, but I thought he was a lot better written in this one and everything. And Jenna Ortega is just once again excellent as her character. I just blanked out on her name. Tara. She was really good as Tara in this one. I think she was even better in this one too, because she got to be in the movie a lot more. She had a lot more to do in here, so I thought she was great too, and everything. So the whole cast was great. You got some really good kills. Most of it is your typical stab kills that you expect from the Scream franchise, which is kind of a negative too. But there are a couple of kills that they did some little refreshing things with, so it kind of balances out a little bit and everything. And but all in all, this movie is pretty enjoyable. But I will say there are some things I was kind of disappointed with. There are a lot of cool twists and turns in this movie and everything. There were a lot of things that I didn't see coming that happened here that were pretty cool, but I didn't like some of the things that they did in here either, though, because it was really predictable and stuff. Like, there was one thing in this movie that I was really going in hoping for, and I knew deep down inside they wouldn't do it, but and everything, but they didn't do it, of course. So I kind of expected they wouldn't, but I still was hoping. And I'll say the killer's reveal was really predictable. Like I saw the trailer for the first. When I saw the second trailer, I knew automatically who the killer was, and everything just from that trailer. And I predicted everything right about the killer, who he was, his motivations, everything. But there was also another twist with one of the killers that surprised me and everything. So I thought that was kind of cool. And there was one that I predicted was going to be a killer when I first heard the announcement of the person being brought into the movie. I was like, yep, that's going to be one of the killers and everything. And there was some little expectation subverting with that character, but then in the end it turned out that that person was a killer too. So I gotta say this movie was really predictable, but that being said, it did have some good twists and turns and everything. And like my main problems with this movie I can't really talk about because of spoilers, but I just pretty much said like killers were predictable and the opening kills were predictable. Although there was a pretty big twist with the opening kill too, which I thought was really cool and everything. At first I was really mad because I was like, man, this movie is going to be predictable as heck. And then it took another turn and everything. So I was like, there are some things about it that I like, but I also don't like because of the predictability, if that makes sense. And everything. I just wish that it wasn't predictable. Like this is the first Scream movie where I was able to guess the killers and the opening kills and everything. I've never done that with any of the other Scream movies. I might have with 5 if it wasn't spoiled for me though, because that one, it was kind of on the nose who the killer was going to be in that one too and everything. I think the directors who do this one, Radio Silence, they do a great job writing and directing these Scream movies and everything except for the killer reveal and everything. They're not good at hiding who the killer is and everything. That's one thing that I do miss about Kevin Williamson's writing and stuff, is he was really good at that and everything. And then you go back and look at them and you see all the signs of, okay, well, it's obvious they're going to be the killer when you look at it the second time. But I've never been able to predict it on the first watch on who the killer is. This is the first time I've been able to. Maybe it's just because most of the time I'm easily it's easy to shock me with plot twists and stuff for some reason. I a lot of times plot twists blow my mind, even if they're pretty predictable and stuff. But this one, I just saw it coming from a mile away and everything. But I don't think it was fully bad or anything. I don't think this movie was necessarily bad. They did do some things that were different in here that we hadn't seen in a Scream movie before, which was pretty cool. Everything, and there's a lot of references to all of the movies in the franchise, which was pretty cool too. That's something they hadn't actually done, where they referenced all of the other ones. Like all the other Scream movies just reference the first one and everything. They don't really talk about the other ones, so that was kind of cool too. So all in all, this movie is pretty good. I'd give Scream 6 an A-, which is the same that I'd give Scream 4 and Scream 2. I think that it's about as good as those two movies. Not quite as good as Scream 1, and I'm debating on whether I like it more than Scream 5 or not, because Scream 5 is pretty good. I'll decide before I do my ranking, but yeah, all in all, Scream 6 was really a satisfying movie. I was really, for the most part, satisfied with it. I didn't feel disappointed about the predictability, even though it did take it down just a little bit for me. But it didn't disappoint me enough to ruin the experience of the movie or anything. So anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of Scream 6. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.